Welcome to our Saturday morning complimentary 30-minute stretch yoga class. And just a few minutes, Mallory should be joining us, and we'll invite her into the room. And she's going to take us through like a 30-minute, just a little gentle stretch and some yoga this morning. So, yeah, yes, Cinnamon, look, there's Mom.
Hi, Cinnamon. Aw. Good morning.
So where are you? We're going to talk about and why you're going to split screen from me today.
Well, I am in Paradise Valley doing a social distance staycation poolside and getting some, work in, some filming, some stretching. So shout out to my incredible friend who's letting me borrow her place. And yeah, shout out to Brian for pulling dog duty.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. Telling everyone our plan to highlight a Baptiste somewhere in our community every Saturday, so they can meet everyone, and then that last Saturday, an event, either workshop or with us. Fun.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's my Wi-Fi that's cutting out, so I'm just catching every other word, but yeah, it's awesome to be a part of this today. So, should we just get started?
Sure, I'm just I'm ready for you to do your thing.
Okay, perfect. Well, welcome everyone. I acknowledge it's a Saturday morning, so you might be lying in bed. You might be, just waking up. I just rolled out of bed a few minutes ago. Or you might be someone who's already been in the pool for a swim, gone for a run, or, now you're kind of at the midpoint in your day. So wherever you are, I'm going to invite you to just take a check-in with yourself. So whether you're seated in a comfortable position, if you want to lie down or you're already lying down, or if you're standing in line and just scrolling through Instagram, or, if you're on the toilet, wherever you are, just invite you to close your eyes if you can. And if you can't, that's okay. Just pick a spot that's hopefully not moving. And start to bring your attention to your breath. We're going to think of this as a self-care check-in this morning. As you notice your breath, try not to judge what's happening in your body. Simply notice what's there. Is your breath flowing freely, or does your breath feel a little stuck? Is it hard to breathe, or are you breathing with ease? And again, we're not judging what's happening in the body, simply bringing an awareness around it. We're going to move our awareness from the breath and into the body. Notice wherever your body is making contact with the ground or a chair or your bed. And again, just simply bringing that awareness of what's beneath you. Or if you're leaning against something, what's behind you. If you're lying on your belly, what's in front of you. And finally, bringing attention to the sounds that you hear in the space that you're in. Sounds of my voice, sounds of people or pets or traffic, anything that's bringing noise awareness to you. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And notice any scents that fill up that space. as you exhale it back out. And again, another deep breath in through the nose. Notice what you smell. Coffee, dog, chlorine, any scent that's in your space. Or the absence of scent. And finally, we're going to just gently blink the eyes open. And I want you to notice what you see. Again, without trying to look around, but just simply seeing what you see right in front of you. And from here, we're going to transition into downward facing dog. And Brian is gonna be my model today. And if you're not sure what downward facing dog is and can't see Brian very well, you're just gonna place your hands and feet on the floor and bring your hips up to the ceiling. Think of an upside down V. And I want you to bring a sense of smell, sense of sight, whatever you hear, all of that awareness, what you feel on your body into this downward facing dog. And Brian, go ahead and bend your knees a little bit. Yeah, so that you can really lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Yeah. And for many of us, we need to bring some of that space into our spine first thing in the morning. So feel free to pedal out your feet, to get a little calf stretch, to wake up the hips. Feel free to find stillness here if that feels better. Play with what it feels like to bend your knees and really lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Try this on. Try sending your chest to your thighs. Yeah. And when you're ready, when you feel like you've explored your entire downward facing dog, tiptoe your feet up to your hands, moving as slow as you can possibly go, which is sometimes really hard to do. For some of us, it's really hard to move slow. Great. And then let everything release into forward fold, ragdoll. So feet are hip width apart. They're right under your hips. Notice your connection into the ground. Let your knees bend as much as they need to let your chest fall to your thighs. Yeah, and you can bounce around just like Brian, or you can hold that forward fold, letting everything melt down to the floor. All right, and then Brian, I'm gonna ask you to pause and just let your upper body drop. You can grab opposite elbows, bend your knees even more, and then really lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. And then anyone trying this at home, try this too. See what happens when you bend your knees and you drop your chest to your thighs and you lift your tailbone up. What do you feel? What do you notice in your body? What sensations change? Great, thank you, Brian. And then you can let your arms drop down to your sides, and I want you to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So again, for many of us, moving slowly might be completely out of our norm. For others, we might love to just move slowly and connect back in. And try not to judge that. Okay, and then standing in Tadasana, we have our feet hip width apart, palms facing forward. Eyes shut, just visualizing the spine, noticing each vertebrae as you come up the spine. You breathe into the upper chest and back, and then finally just noticing your head balancing on top of your cervical spine. palms face forward. Invite you to set a simple intention for the next few moments. Eyes closed, nothing to do, nothing to be. For me, the intention for today is to just take care of myself. Let's bring hands to heart, seal in that intention, and a deep breath in together. Big exhale out. Let your eyes open and reach all the way up to the ceiling or the sky. And forward fold. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, lift halfway. Bring your spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach overhead. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to that intention. Breathe in, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Now really think of pulling the energy down into the floor and up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Tailbone goes back, crown of the head pulls forward. Exhale, hands back down to your ankles, forward. Inhale, one more time. We're going to come all the way up, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come back to heart. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to your mat. Getting a little deeper. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to your shins, long spine. And then exhale, big high plank. So keeping the spine long, hands come to the mat. Feet pop back into a high plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly, nice and slow. Inhale, cobra. Lifting the chest gently off the ground. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. And take 3 deep breaths here. And we're going to bring our awareness back to sight, what you hear, sensations you feel on your body, maybe your mat or the carpet under your hands and feet. Yeah. And sensations that you feel in your body. Maybe your hamstrings are saying, what did you do yesterday? Or your arms are shaking from holding a downward dog. And again, I invite you to try to not judge that. Just simply notice it. Let's lift your right leg up to the ceiling. You can bend the knee and make circles with the ankle, the hip. You can wiggle your toes. Anything that your body is asking you to do here. And then bring your right foot in between your hands and let your left knee drop down to the floor for a low lunge. And if this feels good, great, stay here. Move side to side with the hips. If you want a little bit more, you can bring both hands onto your thigh and lift the chest up. And if you want even more, you can lift your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Yeah, remember to pull belly button into the and let your hips come forward. Perfect. We're going to take a gentle twist. So you can take hands to prayer and twist to your left, or you can extend your arms out and do an open twist. to your left. There's no right way to do this. Simply what your body needs from you today. Yeah. Bringing your attention again to your breath, to what's beneath you, the sights you see around you, what you're hearing in your space, letting everything be a way to bring you back and anchor back to the present moment. Okay, great. Go ahead and release your twist. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Come to high plank. Take your left foot, yes. And then slowly lower down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Yeah. Upside down V. Awesome. Feel free to pedal it out here. Yeah. Let your knees bend as much as they need to bend so that you can get your hips all the way up to the ceiling. You're almost there. Great. And let's lift the other leg up and make circles with the knee, the hip, the ankle, wiggle the toe. Yeah. Great. And bring the foot in between your hands and let your other knee rest on the ground. And from here, you can move the hips gently side to side, forward and back. Yeah. Great. You can come up if you want a little bit deeper hip stretch. You can bring your hands, interlace them, place them on your thigh. Or you could reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Yeah. We're going to take a gentle twist on the side. So you can do hands in prayer and twist side, or you can extend your arms long and think of reaching, increasing your wingspan, and taking that moment again to just come back to right now, right here. And gently release the twist, bring your hands back down, firm foundation on the ground. And you can go through chaturanga, so that's high plank, to low plank, to cobra or upward facing dog, and then landing in downward facing dog. Yeah. And just noticing what's shifting in the body in this short practice done. And then from here, finding a little bit of play. Most creative, fun, innovative way you can find to come to a seat on your butt or simply sit. And in this seat, again, just noticing the connection of your body to what's beneath you. The sights, the sounds, the sense of the environment that you're in. The movement of your breath in your body. And bringing in that intention that you created perhaps at the beginning of practice. And if you're just tuning in, then you can set an intention right now. And that's just a simple reminder of what you are up for today. Mine today is self-care. I'll take care of myself today. So take a moment to give yourself an affirmation, an intention, a reminder of who you want to be today. There's no right answer. And then we're going to finish this off with a few deep breaths together. So hands can rest on your thighs. They can come to your heart. You can take them to your chest in prayer. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths in and out together to ground in that intention. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. And again. Last time. If you have more time and need to spend a little more time with yourself, I invite you to do that now. If you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, you can let your eyes flutter open. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And thank you all for being you.